mute. Hey everybody! Sorry for the delay. We're kind of rookies at this live streaming business, but I think we are on the air finally. Sorry again for any for those delays, but we're glad that you've joined us. So I'm going to switch screens here. We're kind of rookies at this live streaming business. So, all four of us are here. I'm Steve,
Kevin,
Scott,
Neil.
and Scott and Neil are up at the top there. So, so what we're going to do is we're going to show you a quick video. It's an intro to the live or to the reveal that we did for Fort Riley and Hasfer, and we'll show that part to you. And then we're just going to break this this reveal up in different scenes, if you will. And we're hoping to get a chat going up on the screen. And so if you have any questions from home or wherever you are, go ahead and type those questions into our chat once we get that open. We're going to be working on that in the background. So we want to just, first of all, we wish we could do this in public. We wish we could do this there at Fort Riley and do this live reveal like we did last year. Unfortunately, circumstances beyond everybody's control are preventing us from doing that. So hopefully you're in the comfort of your own home. Kevin doesn't live with me, thank God, but but we're our own homes. Scott and Neil are up there. They're in their own homes as well. And we just hope that everybody who is watching this, that you're safe and healthy as you can be. And we just hope that everybody's taking care of themselves and their families. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you the intro to the video. So give us just a moment to bring that up here, and we will show that to you. It's just only a few seconds long, but we hope you enjoy it, and we'll come back and we will discuss more things about the investigation and a little bit more about ourselves. So hope you enjoy this video coming up.
come out and visit with us one more time.
I have like goosebumps all over.
Yes.
Old school paranormal's here in the house. We're visiting again. We're back.
Let's get some door action going here, huh?
What was that? Can you do that thump noise again?
Walked in that room and it was chilled.
Are you aware of that picture that was taken down here? A figure in the doorway. It's like a guy standing in a doorway with a hand. Okay, so that's just the introduction to the reveal that we did for our third visit to Fort Riley's historic and haunted main post. And we have Scott and Neil up the top of your screen, and we have Kevin and myself, Steve, and we we've had the fortune of being and going to Fort Riley 3 times now.
Yes,
Kevin.
it's been incredible each time. Each time has been a completely different experience. It has always been exciting to see what might happen.
Kevin and Scott, what do you guys think? Or
Well, yeah,
Neil and Scott, I'm
I
sorry.
would echo what Kevin said. It's been unique and exciting each and every time. Um, the hospitality too. I mean, I know that's away from the paranormal investigation part of things, but just the hospitality we've been shown when we've gone there has just been top notch, and we appreciate being able to access those buildings and and having people, the quality people with us that have shown us around. So
Yeah.
I'd just like to add too that it's been a real privilege to be able to, like Scott said, to be on base and to have access. And as far as we know, we were the only team to have access, and it's been real exciting for us.
yeah.
We appreciate it.
Yeah, and I think one more thing. I mean, I know Steve had mentioned it at the very beginning, but this is not like how we wanted to do this reveal. I mean, this we're not that this is not us. I mean, we want to be there in front of people and showing you and being able to interact face to face. So, bear with us and any technical glitches we might have from here on out. So
Yeah, and there may be a few of them.
Yeah.
So we're doing the best we can.
This is our first time trying a live a reveal. So
Yeah. Thank God we don't have to do investigations like this. That would be that would be a mess.
Yes, it
That would
would.
be a hot mess. So, okay. So we've been to Fort Riley now 3 times. Our first time we were there, we were contacted by Hasfer back in, I believe it was August of 2018. Yes,
Sounds
28
right.
of 2018. They are asked if we were interested in coming out and checking out, about a century and a half worth of paranormal claims there at Fort Riley. And of course, I didn't even have to. I got the phone call. I didn't even have to ask these guys if they were interested or not. We knew that's where we wanted to go, and so within 2 days we were up at Fort Riley, and we were visiting with the ladies at Hasfer, and all the good folks there at Fort Riley, and we conducted our first investigation November of 2018, and it was a heck of an investigation. We were at the Triangle House and the CUSTER House, and so if you haven't seen that reveal yet, that video is on our YouTube channel. Feel free to check that out and watch it. It was a great investigation. Then we came back March last year, I believe, guys. Came back in March of 2019, and we did an investigation at 2 buildings we hadn't been at. Building 500 Garrison Command, and then we also went to the Territorial Capitol building, but Building 500 was...
It was out of this world.
Yeah. Scott, you were the one that first noticed the craziness that happened there at Building 500. That was quite a night.
yeah, the door I think is what you're referencing, and
Yeah.
that it's just down a short hallway. Down in the morgue area, and I'm not sure my directions there. Maybe it was to the west. I don't know.
Yeah, I
West
think so.
hallway. But anyway, yeah, we had just kind of we were looking around, seeing if there was anything there where we wanted to start an investigation. We turned around in the short hallway and started walking back towards the center portion of the morgue, and all of a sudden the door just slammed. We're like, okay, hello. So the 2 ladies I was with that were from Hasper and myself, we stood there and watched for a little bit and had the camera on it. And you could see that door slowly opening and then slamming. And that is an experience I've never had prior to that point, nor have I had since that point. And so then we went into, because a lot of what we do is we try to make sense of things. So Then we went into the, well, surely there's something going on. There's a door up above or something, that's really that's providing the suction or whatever. But we looked into it, and we I believe it was Kevin or Neil went upstairs and went to the other side of the morgue, and then there was nothing else open. And the thing that gets us is, and of course it was a night, we were the only ones there. The door would slowly open, and then, like I said, it would slam or close hard. I can see if it's one way or the other, but to be the whole open, close, that's what really threw us for a loop. So it was quite interesting.
It was, and when we were there this past February, we tried to debunk we're not including it on this live reveal, but the actual reveal video will show the steps we took to try to figure out, to rule out, like Scott said, we like to rule out anything before we title something as paranormal. So we were doing several things to see if we can get the door to open and close on its own by changing the environment a little bit. So like I said, it's not going to be on this live reveal, but it will be on the reveal that's going to be opened up here on our YouTube channel this evening. So Neil, anything you want to add about the February or March 2019 investigation?
Well, I just want to elaborate on what Scott said. We extensively tried to debunk that door slamming because we just couldn't believe it, first of all. And it's very unusual that it happened, and we captured it. So we wanted to make sure that there was no other possible explanation, and we didn't come up with anything. So was it a ghost? We're not sure, but we can't explain it. So that's the definition of paranormal.
And one thing you're going to find out tonight during this live reveal, and we went back to building 500. We wanted to see if that door would open and close on its own again. You'll find out later whether or not that happened. And then we went back to the Custer house as well. And one thing that we've, the many years that we've been doing paranormal investigating is there's never a place that's the same each time. So in other words, when we went to building 500 last year in March, what we experienced back then was completely different than what we experienced this past February. I don't want to give anything away, but it's.
I think that's the good thing about locations like this is it changes.
Yeah.
The environment changes, so it's like the dynamics change each time we're there. You kind of expect the same thing, and it's awesome when something unexpected happens that has not ever occurred before. And one thing as a team, we take this very seriously. We don't. It takes a lot for us to determine that something might be paranormal. We don't really use the term ghost hunters because that's not really what we are. We really want an explanation of why this happened. We go in there thinking, okay, there's a reason why that happened. And so when we can actually come up, hey, there's no explanation why this happened, it's very exciting.
Yeah, and I think to add to that, just briefly, I'm sorry for talking so much, but to add to that, you think about a place like Fort Riley and the building 500. I mean, as old and as historic and as much history as that place has seen and has gone through those doors. I mean, that's what's appealing to me. It's kind of just gives me chills talking about it now. Just being downstairs in the morgue area where so many lives were that was probably the ending point for a lot of folks. So it's just awe. Makes me be in awe, to be honest with you.
I would agree.
Absolutely. Okay.
Sure.
So we started out at building 500 back in February, And we started off in the basement where all the hot activity happened last year in March. So the first clip we're going to show you was not where the door was opening and closing on its own. That was on the west side of the basement, but on the east central side of the basement. For those of you who don't know, the basement of Building 500 was at one time a morgue when that building was a hospital from the late 1880s until the 1940s, I believe it was. It was a hospital for quite some time, and then the basement was a morgue, and there's still slabs down there where they would lay the bodies out, and so a lot of stuff happened down there. I want to play the first video for you. And again, this is down in the basement of Building 500, and we hope you enjoy it. So here it comes. Even though this was Darlene's first time in the basement of Building 500, a friend had given her his personal account of their first visit here.
He said the basement was very scary. He said there was they would see shadows of someone through here.
With equipment set up and the prayer of protection completed, it was time to venture through the very door that a soldier had captured an eerie image of several years ago, and begin our investigation in the former morgue in the basement of Building 500. And within a minute of starting the investigation, our periscope detected static energy.
So is it dark when it's not detecting anything?
Correct. You mean extra cold?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now see, it just took a step back.
Yeah, I'm
There's a step
freezing
forward.
now.
Were you cold before this?
No, not as cold. Now it's like I'm freezing.
I have goosebumps all over.
Yes, I have
Yes,
goosebumps.
but I didn't at the other end, but I do at this
Here.
end, and I don't know if it's actually temperature colder.
Is there anybody down here with us? If there is, there's lots of ways you can let us know.
Were you an employee down here when this was a morgue? Did you have to bring in the bodies on a gurney, put them up on the ledges here? Did you have to cover them with ice until, I guess, the ground thawed outside enough where you can bury them? But did you used to work down here maybe? We're not here to tell you to leave. We're not here to frighten you or anything like that. We come here in respect, and we just like an opportunity to talk to you, if we could, please.
You can also try to talk to us. We have audio recorders going. If you could tell us a name, maybe we can hear that as we listen later. Sometimes if you try to speak, we can hear it live.
So I moved the periscope to the other side of the room. If you're more comfortable to be on that side. Oh, thank you. Oh. Okay, I guess you are more comfortable on that side.
It's really, really cold over there.
Okay.
I mean, we had chills.
And you lost it when you moved from there?
Yeah.
The
now
closer
over
I
here.
get, it's all the way up my leg.
Yes.
All the
Okay.
way down the arm.
So that is fairly close to where,
We were standing.
We're
right
right
Pointing right at where you were standing.
Yes.
Because we're both our
Yes.
stomach hurts, and
I have chills all the way from
I
my
got chills.
toes to my fingertips.
well, what's
Goosebumps.
interesting right now is it's kind of just stayed where it's at. I mean, it's not moving one way or the other.
Can you move it back to the left or towards the entrance to this room? Nope, the other way.
Oh, it's starting to move?
Yeah.
Okay.
Come on over. Thank you.
Circle left and
Are you trying to tell us you're here?
Oh, there it goes. Okay. Is there a presence over here? In this area?
Yeah, it's not as cold here.
It's not as cold here anymore.
Can you tell us your name?
Are you female? Why are you stuck on that color? Are you pointing at one of us?
The answer is yes, that is Scott's question to change colors.
So we got the spirit box going. Can you tell us your name?
Are you deceased?
Anybody hear that?
There's a moaning.
Yes. I did, I actually did.
Through the spirit box?
No.
Are you deceased?
Anybody hear that?
There's a moaning.
Are you deceased?
Turn it off.
Yeah.
626.
I heard the moaning too.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear that?
Yes.
I did.
I don't, but I'm freezing.
Was
to death.
anybody doing a
Yep,
No.
that's what it sounded like.
Did you hear it, Jen?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't hear it.
I didn't either.
I felt like it came from over to my right.
All right, let's.
Are you the man who was in that picture taken by the door over there, wheeling the body out? If so, can you light up one of these gadgets for us, please?
Can whoever made that moaning sound, can you do that again? I'm gonna tell you, that was probably the most distinct moan.
Are you upset that we're down here? Or if you'd like us to leave, can you turn the lights on one of these gadgets up here on the shelf? The answer is yes to any of these questions. Please light up one of the devices.
What, did you hear that?
It sounded like it was a
Kid.
female voice, kid voice.
Yeah, down that end.
I felt like it came from over back there behind you, like Steve, back over that way.
I thought it came from the other.
I did too,
Okay.
I thought it came from that
From
end.
this end over here by me.
At least 3 members of the team heard what sounded like a child or a female voice as soon as Neil said to light up a device if the answer to our questions was yes. What is interesting is that not everyone heard it, and those who did could not agree on which direction the voice came from. However, unlike the moan a few seconds before, our audio recorders did not pick up any voices. When you moaned, were you in pain?
Is somebody in pain down here?
Do you want us to try to help you?
If you do not want us down here, you need to light up one of our gadgets or devices, make a sound or noise or something to indicate that you do not want us down here.
You can't hurt us, but you need to let us know somehow.
I think let's try the spirit box again. That seemed to me it
Yeah.
kind of, initiated that stuff.
Yeah,
It
that's-
was-
Because we had success with the spirit box just a few minutes prior, we decided to give it another shot to see if we could pick up another response. And we did, right off the bat.
What was that?
Yeah, what was
You hear that moan?
I heard the moan.
It was humming.
What was that?
With enhanced audio, the moan or humming was very clear. It could be very well the wife of a fallen soldier or the mother of a child mourning her loss when this was the hospital morgue over a century ago.
And you guys didn't hum or moan?
No, and we're starting to freeze again. We warmed up. We both really warmed up there that whole time.
And now we got
we're cold
chills
again.
everywhere.
What's going on? Turn it on again, Kevin. See what happens.
Is there somebody with us down here? If you made that moaning sound earlier, do it again.
If the spirit needs to do something to let us know the presence, whether it's to make a device go off, or to moan or something like that, or even to move something, it takes an incredible amount of energy for them to do that.
Maybe a residual. Maybe this happens this time every day.
There you go. Okay, so some interesting things happened down there, and guys, it was completely different down in that basement from what we experienced March of last year in 2019. We actually heard moans several times.
Yeah, multiple times. I was kind of shocked the first time that it happened because it's like, you know, you kind of think it's somebody else in the team or the group that's with us, and you know, of course, we were trying to be quiet, and we got clear moans where a lot of times you don't hear them live. Most of the time, you actually hear them later on, you know, on your recordings, EVP recordings. So it was very, very. It's like a phenomenal experience to actually hear those moans live while you're at the location.
Yeah. And I guess before we can continue on and kind of go over a little bit what happened in the morgue in that particular part of the basement, we spent the last 10 minutes or so trying to figure out why our chat is not working, and it's just, we've tried several things short of turning off this live stream. We didn't want to take those drastics of a measure. So if you have any questions for us, you can send us questions through Facebook if you're able to. Just comment and make comments on the post that we shared yesterday to give you the link to this particular live stream, if that makes any sense at all. So just send us, or you can send us the messages through Facebook, through Facebook. It's not chat, is it? Instant Messenger.
Yeah.
Instant Messenger.
Instant
You can send us
Messenger
messages that way too. We'll read them here on the live stream, and all four of us will answer. We're not sure what happened to Neil. All we see is a big purple N. Well, it's a white N in a purple circle. But Neil, you are there, are you not?
I am here, yes.
Okay. All right. So
It's a paranormal thing.
it's a paranormal thing. What can we say, Scott? What do you remember about that night, as far as when we first started that investigation, and we were in that part of the morgue, and we had answered a whole bunch of questions. And what do you remember about that night?
Well, I do vividly remember hearing the moan, but then I also remember checking out. There was the AC unit is down there, and going back to the whole trying to debunk things and trying to explain things, why we're hearing this moan. Um, we checked into the AC unit down there, and there was, it was not that.
Neil, hey, there you are, Neil. What do you remember?
Hey,
Hey.
good to be back.
Yes.
And what's so cool about those moans is not just one or two of us heard them. Everybody down there heard them. So it was very distinct. Did we ever determine if it was a male or female? I don't believe we did, but
We didn't. I don't think we really ever.
No, we tried. We asked the typical questions, but we didn't get a hard response to that.
Yeah. But it was, if to me anyway, from what I heard, I would tend to think it was a female, and just the humming or consoling kind of a hum or a song or something along those lines. It didn't last for very long, but that's kind of what came through for me, for me personally. So I don't know, but we all interpret it differently, I think.
Yeah.
So, but it was very, very, very interesting down there. And if you've never been down in that basement, just the creep factor, knowing that who knows how many bodies were stored in that basement until spring thaw, so they could bury them, but they would be covered in ice. It's a huge basement with multiple rooms. It's almost like a maze. Well, don't you think, Scott?
Oh, absolutely it is. Yeah. I mean, you get lost kind of down there. The first time I was down there, did not get my bearings straight. And then, the subsequent times going down there, yeah, I get a little bit more orientated, but yeah, it's.
Yeah. And one thing we didn't experience this time around that we did the first time around, are the flying rodents, right, Scotty?
Yeah. Yeah, the first time around, walked back into a far room, one of the furthest directions you could go to place my recorder, and I didn't realize there was a couple bats that were living back there, and needless to say, needless to say, at the end of the night, I had to go get my own recorders. Nobody go get them for me, so I put the hoodie up.
Yeah.
we didn't even get to really investigate that the first time because of the flying rodent issue.
Yeah, we didn't make it back there, but we were able to do it this time. So a lot of moans, and the equipment was pretty active that night. I guess it's a great segue to go the far east room of the morgue of that basement, where the bats were last year but weren't there this year. We got some more responses, audio. We heard those, and then our instruments were going off as well. Just as a reminder, if you have any questions for us, send us a message through Facebook Messenger. For some reason, we cannot get live chat to work on the YouTube. We're not sure exactly why, so we're sorry about that, and hopefully it's not too much of an inconvenience for you. But if you have any questions for the four of us, please let us know. And I know watching right now is Darlene Stam. Darlene is the president of HASFER out there at Fort Riley. And Darlene's been an absolute joy to work with, and Rachel as well. Rachel's the vice president, and they were a lot of fun to work with in February. In fact, I'm pretty sure this is their first time doing anything like this, and I So I think they had a not good time. I hope. But Neil, anything you want to add about the basement, brother?
Well, the creep factor is definitely there, and it's definitely eerie every time we go down there, and there's something different. And the cooling shells just get me every time I go down there. And luckily we didn't have any bats, but that east room was very active this time. The periscope was going off the wall, and it was very interesting, as you'll soon find out.
See, and that's the part of learning how to live stream. Here I am talking and I am on mute. Kevin, while I cue up the video, do you want to kind of repeat what I said?
Well,
sorry.
So this is the part we were just discussing that we weren't able to get into because of the flying bats. So you're going to see some of our interactions here with the far east basement where we had the bat issue in the past.
We actually just got a message here, and I believe if I saw it right off the bat, it was from, oh yes, this is from Darlene's daughter, and I hope she doesn't mind that I read it. She says, I think y'all sent one of those ghosts home with my mama. The past few nights I have been getting messed with by our ghost. And that's interesting.
Common. We've had that common happen after these investigations.
And not in a bad way,
yeah.
but I mean, I got to give Darlene and Lexi and Rachel and anybody else who lives on base there, on post there at Fort Riley. It's just not these buildings that we're investigating that have claims of paranormal activity. I mean, these buildings are so old, and whenever we go out to Fort Riley, we always get people to come up. It's like, man, I wish you could check out our house. There's some weird stuff that happens in our house. I mean, we get that all the time, right, Neil, Scott?
Yep, we do.
Absolutely.
So,
didn't you go out to the Apple Pride Day and had people asking you about that?
Yeah, so I've been out to Apple. I take my wife and my kids out to Apple Days there at Fort Riley every early fall, and when they find out who I am, they come up. It's like, oh, next time you guys come back, you need to come investigate our house. This happens and this happens and this. There's so many paranormal hotspots at Fort Riley that
I'm going to say, though, we have never came across anything we felt uncomfortable.
Right.
I mean, us personally as a team, I think I can vouch for everyone. We've never had that discussion that we left there thinking there was something bad.
Right.
It's more like they're just trying to communicate, maybe mess with somebody a little bit. But personally, on our side, we haven't had that.
Yeah. We've had some weird things happen, but nothing that we're like we ought to leave now, and
we're never
coming back. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So we're going to show you part 2 of the investigation. Again, this is in the far east room of the basement at Fort Riley's historic and haunted main post. Even though this was Darlene's first time in the basement of Building 500, a friend had given her his personal account of their first visit here.
He said the basement was very scary. He said there was they would see shadows of like someone through here.
You asked that question. If it was part of the morgue.
With equipment set up and the prayer of protection
Should we ask that
complete,
question again?
it was time to venture through the very door that a soldier had captured an eerie image of several years ago.
So
and begin our investigation
take
in
that
the
as this is
former
part of the
morgue
morgue.
in the basement of Building 500.
Were you a soldier?
And within a minute of starting the investigation, our periscope detected static energy.
So is it dark when it's not detecting anything?
Correct.
You fight along with Custer?
You mean electrical?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you a nurse? Now see, it just took a step back.
Yeah, I'm like
There's a
freezing
step forward.
now. Or a spouse.
Were you cold before?
That's
No, not as long as spouses die.
Now it's like I'm freezing.
I have like goosebumps all over.
Yes, I have
Yes,
goosebumps
but I didn't
everywhere.
at the other end, but I
Where
do
you sit
at
over
this
here.
end, and I don't know if it's actually temperature
Worked
colder.
here on this post?
Is there anybody down here with us?
Maybe you had a child passed away?
If there is, there's lots of ways you can let us know.
Were you
You keep coming back to my
an
voice.
employee down
Come back over
when
here,
this was
please.
a morgue? It's not hurting you, is
You
it?
have to bring in bodies on a gurney.
Can you
Put
follow
them
our
up on a
voices
ledge
over
of
here? Come this
You have to cover
direction,
them with ice
please.
until, I guess, the ground thawed outside enough.
There we go. You're
Right.
coming
Yeah, are
back.
you pointing to the respiratory therapist?
I know, that's what I'm thinking. This thing
Yes.
is
We're not
following
here to
me.
tell you to leave. We're not here to.
She works
fight
with
you
children
or-
and adults that have breathing
Too.
problems.
Lots of children.
Come here to respect and,
Maybe you put off
we
that,
just like an opportunity to talk to
that
you.
vibe that's in your aura. Do you know what I mean?
Also
Yeah.
try to talk to
Yes.
us.
Yeah.
The audio recorder's going.
Do you need Darlene to help
You can
your
tell us a
baby
name.
out?
Jeez, people.
If you need her to change
that.
colors one way or the other,
Later.
if you would like her to help or try to help.
I've never seen, have you
I've
ever
never seen
seen
cut
it all the way
backwards.
and then come
No.
back?
Sometimes
Well,
I have to try to
it's come
speak,
back
you
a
can
time or
hear it
two. I mean, I
live.
kind of remember seeing that, but but what I don't remember is for it sitting forever there, working its way around, sitting forever, and then coming back.
Yeah, so again, that measures static, so there was something in the area. And
side of the room. If you're more comfortable
to be on
that side.
Now wave your hands from back there, Steve.
Oh,
I gotta be,
It seemed to light up pretty
it's far
bright
more comfortable on that side.
when she talked about taking care of her children.
yes.
Yes, it did.
I got that feels.
And you lost it with
See, and
move from that?
Yeah.
And let's see about children.
this is stuff you can't predict this kind of stuff. You just never know what's going to happen.
It's pointies right that we're
How do you explain this?
Both like a stomach hurt and,
I ran all the way from my toes to my fingers.
Yeah?
What's
Excuse me.
interesting right now is it's kind of just
Love
staying where
children.
it's at. I mean, it's not moving one way or the other.
Can you move it back to the left?
I mean, and this is what we were talking about before. They could sit there for minutes, hours, with nothing, and then all of a sudden,
Something in the environment changed to do that.
Because it was successful earlier, we started another spirit box session.
what is your baby pain that needs help? Are you trying to tell us you're here? Who is that device pointing at?
Is there more than one spirit with us here?
It's not as cold here anymore.
Can you tell us your name?
Can someone talk to us tonight?
Email?
Who made that gadget light up?
Not only did we catch a quick voice over the spirit box, but two other strange things happened. Our audio recorder captured another moan that we did not hear, and one of our K2s lit up during all this as well.
Do you need help?
Why are you stuck on that color?
I'm not sure what that was.
You pointed at one of us. I almost felt like you said no. It was a male voice. 724. I saw the K2 going off.
So we got the spirit box box going.
I almost felt like you said no. It was a male voice.
Male voice.
I saw the K2 going off there too, Steve.
Are you okay?
Everybody hear that? There's a moaning. Yes.
Okay.
The spirit box? No.
Can you tell us who just turned that light on, please?
Everybody hear that? There's a moaning.
What said it was pointing straight this way, straight that way. And then it was out front for a while.
I heard it was a moaning. Did you guys hear that? Yes.
But it usually, for the most part, doesn't sit on one spot for that long.
Did you hear it, Jen?
Are you talking to me now or Scott?
I felt like it came from over my
Do we have your attention?
Does Neil, if you're a child, does Neil remind you of your grandpa?
Can you lose the body out? Hey, it does! Grandpa must have been a young, strappy man.
Last time we start laughing, it started flashing. And whoever made that moaning,
I know.
you do that again.
Do you like jokes? Do you like to laugh?
Oh my goodness. You're right. Oh, yeah. Last time we were laughing, did the exact same thing.
That's awesome.
We always assume everybody's in distress.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
The answer is yes to any of these questions. Please light up one of the devices.
What did you hear that? It sounded like almost a female voice, kid voice.
Yeah. Down that end.
I felt like it came from over back there behind you, like Steve, back over that way.
I thought it came from the other.
I did say,
Okay.
I thought it came from that end.
From this end over here by me.
At least 3 members of the team heard what sounded like a child or a female voice as soon as Neil said to light up a device if the answer to our questions was yes. What is interesting is that not everyone heard it, and those who did could not agree on which direction the voice came from. However, unlike the moan a few seconds before, our audio recorders did not pick up any voices. When you moaned, were you in pain?
Is somebody in pain down here?
Do you want us to try to help you?
If you do not want us down here, you need to light up one of our gadgets or devices, make a sound or noise or something to indicate that you do not want us down here.
You can't hurt us, but you need to let us know somehow.
I think let's try the spirit box again. That seemed to me
Yeah.
initiated that stuff.
Yeah,
It
that's
was-
up.
Because we had success with the spirit box just a few minutes prior, we decided to give it another shot to see if we could pick up another response. And we did, right off the bat.
What was that?
Yeah, what
You
was
heard that
that?
moan? I heard the moan.
There was humming.
What was that?
With enhanced audio, the moan or humming was very clear. It could be very well the wife of a fallen soldier or the mother of a child mourning her loss when this was the hospital morgue over a century ago.
And you guys didn't hum or moan?
No, and we're starting to freeze again. We warmed up. We both really warmed up there that whole time.
And now we have
we're
chills
cold again.
everywhere.
What's going on?
Turn it on again, Kevin, see what happens. All right, running a couple more viewers.
Yeah.
Was this part of your morgue back here?
So our apologies. We played the same video twice and just realized it. So this is the video
Well,
the far
a flash
eastern
on what?
of the
On the
basement.
Hasco.
Our
Oh.
apartment.
When you asked that question,
If it was part of the morgue. Should we ask that question again? Okay. I'll take that as a yes.
Interesting.
Yes. So we take that as this is part of the morgue. Were you a soldier?
Did you fight?
Even though this was Darlene's first time in the basement.
Was this part of your morgue back here?
Flash from
Yeah.
Well, a flash on what?
On the Hasco.
Oh,
When you asked that question,
If it was part of the morgue. Should we ask that question again? Okay. I'll take that as a yes.
Interesting.
Yes. So
Okay, so yeah, we're having some problems here. Move. And again, we apologize. Thanks for working with us because we've never live streamed before, and it takes quite a bit to do it on YouTube with running videos in the background and getting all these effects and so forth going. That's quite an undertaking. So we're going to try this again. We're going to go to part 2. And I think we had 2 videos playing at the same time. I know we played the same video twice. Sorry about that. But we're going to do this again. This part of the investigation, we started getting our instruments playing and start doing interesting things in this investigation. So let's go ahead and show you that video.
was this part of your morgue back here?
flash from
Yeah.
Well, a flash on what?
On the Hasco.
Oh,
When you asked that question,
If it was part of the morgue. Should we ask that question again? Okay. I'll take that as a yes.
Interesting.
Yes. So we take that as this is part of the morgue. Were you a soldier?
did you fight along with Custer when he was stationed here?
Are you a nurse?
Or a spouse.
That's
Or I know a lot of spouses died.
Were you a civilian? You that worked here on this post? Maybe you had a child passed away?
Can you keep coming back to my voice? Come back over here, please.
It's not hurting you, is it?
Can you follow our voices over here? Come this direction, please. There we go.
Right.
You're coming back.
Yeah, are you pointing to the respiratory therapist?
I know, that's what I'm thinking. This thing
Yes.
is following me.
She works with children and adults that have breathing
Dude,
problems.
lots of children. Maybe you put off that vibe that's in your aura. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you need Darlene to help your baby out?
If you need her, change colors one way or the other. If you would like her to help, or try to help.
Wow. I've never seen, have you
I've never seen it
all the way
backwards.
and then come
No.
back?
Well, I mean, it's come back a time or two. I mean, I kind of remember seeing that, but but what I don't remember is for it sitting forever there, working its way around, sitting forever, and then coming back. Yeah.
So again, that measures static. So there was something in the area, and
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
Now wave your hands from back there, Steve.
So
I've got to be.
It seemed to light up pretty bright when she talked about taking care of her children.
Yes.
Yes, it did.
Yes.
Yeah. See, and
Okay.
children.
And speaking about children again.
This is stuff that you can't predict. This kind of stuff. You just never know what's going to happen.
So,
Maybe
yeah, how do
this
you explain this?
Maybe this person was a full-time parent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Or a
it was
nanny.
probably-
Maybe
it
a
was probably his
nanny.
Or
profession.
nanny. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. A
Yeah.
nanny. Love children.
I mean, and this is what we were talking about before. It could sit there for
I do
minutes,
too.
hours with nothing, and then all of a sudden,
Mothers.
Yep.
Something in the environment changed to do that.
Because it was successful earlier, we started another spirit box session.
What is your baby's name that needs help?
who is that device pointing at?
Is there more than one spirit with us here? Can someone talk to us tonight? Who made that gadget light up?
Not only did we catch a quick voice over the spirit box, but two other strange things happened. Our audio recorder captured another moan that we did not hear, and one of our K2s lit up during all this as well.
Do you need help? I'm not sure what that was.
I almost felt like he said no. It was a male voice.
Male voice.
724.
I saw the K2 going off there too, Steve.
Are you okay?
I almost felt like he said no. It was a male voice.
Male voice.
I saw the K2 going off there too, Steve.
Are you okay?
Okay.
Can you tell us who just turned that light on, please? Like I said, it was pointing straight this way and straight that way. And then it was out front for quite a while when the two ladies came. But it usually, for the most part, doesn't sit on one spot for that long. Are you talking to me now or Scott? Or, do we have your attention?
Does Neil, if you're a child, does Neil remind you of your grandpa?
Hey, it does. Okay. Your grandpa must have been a young, strappy lad.
The last time we start laughing, it started flashing. Seriously.
Maybe
I
he's
know.
having a good time too.
Do you like jokes? Do you like to laugh?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's doing. Last time we were laughing, did the exact same thing.
That's awesome.
I mean, I feel like we always assume everybody's in distress.
Yeah,
Maybe
you're
they're
right.
not.
You're
Yeah.
Maybe he wants to have a good time.
Yeah.
Okay, so the good news is we've got chat going. So if you have any questions, go ahead and give us a chat. I know that a few of you have jumped in late. No worries. We're glad you're here. We appreciate you bearing with us.
Yep.
As we navigate through this mess. So Scott and Neil, we had some interesting things happen. You know, Darlene, who was with us, is a respiratory therapist there at a hospital nearby Fort Riley, and it seemed like there was some bonding there going, almost like a child or a parent needed her help. Is that kind of what you guys got?
Yep.
Yeah, you couldn't tell whether it was a mother or a parent or a child. It's like they were drawn to Darlene, I think, because of her occupation. They felt a sense of comfort with her.
I would agree.
Okay. So, and then one thing that kind of unusual, Kevin, you brought up, they respond to laughter.
Yep.
We got some responses on our equipment when we were lightening the mood.
You need to do it on play videos.
Okay. Okay. So again, if you have any questions or anything you want to add, our chat is finally working.
Yes.
Yay!
We can see it, so thank you for being patient.
Yeah, absolutely. So an interesting thing happened. We went to across the morgue, the basement, to try to check on that door to see if that door was going to open and close on itself or on its own. That did last year in March, and unfortunately, we tried several times. We were very nice, asking if they could open and close the door, but the door did absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
So it's just one of those weird things. Again, what happens one investigation most likely is not going to happen the next investigation.
And I might add the conditions outside were pretty much identical to the time we investigated before when all that happened. So the pretty much ruled out environmental stuff from the first time.
Yep, absolutely. Right. Barb asked if we've ever been to Florida. No, we have not, but we would love to.
Yes.
We would love to. Probably not right now. Let's kind of wait for things to calm down a little bit as far as COVID-19, but we would love to make it down to Florida. Absolutely. So, Kevin, I'm going to throw this one over to you. Something interesting happened. Nothing happened with the door, but...
Well, the door from the last time.
Right.
So we're going to be going into another scene here. We were basically going from, again, with the basement, there's an east side and west side morgue, basically. So we were leaving the east side. We're going to go over to the west side. Or no, actually vice versa, is it?
We were on the west side.
Going to the east side.
Mm-hmm.
So we were heading over there because this is actually where we were going to go test the door from prior experiences. And we had something interesting happen. I barely caught it. Okay? But it did occur, and you're going to see this.
Hopefully. Okay, let's give it a shot here.
With no activity around the door, we began our move to another part of this large building. But this former hospital morgue had one more surprise for us. Circled in green, you can see that the door at the end of another hallway was clearly closed. Watch what happens next.
Oh, holy crap! What? It just won't wide open by itself.
Sure as shit, and I just took my camera off.
I am not kidding you. It went just.
Yeah, I heard it.
And the door hit like that.
Oh my
went,
God! You are kidding me.
I'm looking at you.
I just picked my camera up.
Oh, you don't have a camera either. No. This door went open. Yeah, I just heard that one.
Yeah, that one now.
I think that one just shut down the other.
Yeah. Did you get it?
No. Well, my camera was sitting there the whole time we were over there.
Now it was open, and our cameras missed it. This is the very door the figure wearing a hat was photographed in front of.
Just turned and looked at me, and I'm seeing this door going, and I thought somebody walked through there.
Wow.
We repeated our steps and we closed the same doors in the exact same way we just had. We could not get the door to open on its own again. So yeah, it was interesting. Our cameras were placed in the right place. Neil's camera. Neil, your camera was right on the floor, facing towards that door, right?
Yes, it was, and I picked it up about an instant before the door slammed.
Well,
or open. Yeah, so
it was the most unusual thing. I was walking, and peripheral vision, I caught something moving, and sure enough, that door out of nowhere just
Opened up.
Flew open.
Yeah,
there's nobody in that other room. There is not.
I
a
was ahead
single
of
person
Kevin,
over there.
and I had just turned that corner.
Yep.
Yeah. I know some people could probably say, "Oh, there's somebody hiding behind the door." Trust me, we were all together in another room. There was nobody else. And when we tried testing it out, when it's closed, it's closed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's just one of those things that, doggone it, just almost had it. We almost had it.
We missed it by that much.
Yeah, missed it by this much. But Kevin's reaction to the whole thing,
Yeah.
I think,
I get a little overly excited, so Steve has to bleep me out a lot. Sorry.
Yeah, well.
It's all natural reactions, so that's all I'm saying.
Okay, so after the excitement there in the basement, we took a little break, so we went up to the main floor, and we went up to the main floor last year in Building 500 as well. And we had some unusual things happen. We had some lights kind of turn off and on their own, and we figured, well, there's timers, but there's no timers. There's claims of hearing gurney wheels coming down the hallway. And remember, Building 500 Garrison Command, again, used to be a hospital from the 1880s through the 1940s or so. So we went up to the main floor, and let's show you that clip.
Yeah.
After a short break, it was time to head upstairs to the first floor, where claims of gurney wheels and moans have been reported.
So actually, maybe that's why the motion sensors didn't lie. I should probably already jumping back up.
Yeah.
The year prior, Old School Paranormal also experienced lights turning off and on by themselves. We placed the periscope in the middle of the hall, at least 100 feet from the team, to see if any energy was present. Almost instantly, the periscope began detecting static energy.
You move it to the color green. That's the complete opposite side.
How about yellow? Let's do baby steps.
Or yellow.
Changes in the color of the periscope indicate movement of the static energy field it is detecting, not necessarily changes in the amount of energy.
What are you trying to tell us? What's interesting to me is, you'd said that office there, sometimes it'll flow the.
Yeah, but it hasn't come out of
Yeah, it hasn't. And it's cold outside, so it is running a lot.
Yeah, the heat's running nonstop.
Give us a sign.
Please step away from that device so it shuts off.
Can you turn on? There you go.
Ooh, it's freezing.
Ooh, it is cold.
Yes.
Wow. That was pretty dang cool.
Okay, so the instrument or the device that you saw on the floor there that was lighting up, that's called a periscope. And Scott, that's your baby. Do you want to kind of explain what the periscope does?
Yeah, well, essentially, it picks up static electricity. So, while in a couple clips back when we were gonna, what I like to refer as the bat room, you might have noticed Steve kind of rubbing his hands together and then going over to the piece of equipment. Well, he was demonstrating how it worked. So he rubbed his hands together to create that static, and then went over to the periscope and put his hands above it, and you could see all the lights light up on the periscope. So it's another theory as to how spirits can communicate with us. One of those being energy, and one of those energies being static. So it's something. It's a theory, and sometimes it'll go off during investigation. Other times, it'll just sit there dormant the whole time. So it's actually been this investigation. It was a pretty good. It worked out well for us. It gave us a lot of good interactions.
Yeah, absolutely. And it seemed to respond, the Periscope really seemed to respond to questions and just kind of give everybody a kind of I guess, a visual. The Periscope down the hallway, and if you've never been in Building 500, the hallways are pretty long. How far do you think that was? Maybe 100 feet? Maybe 75 feet?
Yeah. Probably so. Pretty close, probably.
Yeah, so there was nobody around. The Periscope.
And the thing is with the Periscope, I mean, it had been sitting there a long time with no responses at all. It's not like we sat it down instantly. It's just going off nonstop. So it does give you that sense that there is something causing that static electricity to be at that location at that moment or responses.
Yep. So other than that short clip, we really didn't have anything else exciting happen. I will say that we did go back down, to the basement, and we had mentioned it in the clip itself, in the actual reveal video. We're not going to show it here, but in the actual reveal video that's out on our YouTube channel, we'll make it a public viewing once this live reveal is done. But we went back downstairs.
Yeah.
Totally different. Completely different atmosphere.
It felt different.
Yeah.
The whole energy was different. Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, we were Neil and Scott. We weren't getting any responses to any questions. It was just like totally different. Like
it was much more calm and subdued, and we felt nothing and really got no responses at all.
Yep.
Yeah, didn't have the same vibe. And I just want to clarify something real quick. I forget that I'm on video. I was doing something behind my computer. I wasn't trying to show people my nostrils, so I apologize for that a little bit ago.
Okay.
Sorry, we were responding. We were responding to the chat.
You may not have seen it, but I'm assuming some people out there might have. I reached for something behind my computer and kind of leaned towards the screen, and my nose was just right above the camera. So
I saw it, Scott.
Did you?
It's all right. It's all good.
Well, at least we're not live and falling asleep like a few of us have done on an investigation, huh?
That's right. So we won't mention names. Okay, so we had one final part of the investigation. We went paid us another visit to the Custer house. And again, just like at Building 500, the Custer house was different this time. It wasn't as active. That the teddy bear, we heard a voice. We did not hear a voice. We caught an EVP with a teddy bear's name. I think it's going to be on this clip you'll see here in just a second. But we went back to the Custer house, and I think we'll just go right into that. I forgot to pull it up. Kevin, you're supposed to remind me that stuff. I know. So let's bring you the final part of this reveal, and that's a visit to the Custer house.
It had been 15 months since we had last investigated the Custer house, where we caught one of our best and clearest EVPs.
What is your teddy bear's name?
Was the child who told us their teddy bear's name willing to speak with us again?
And the little boy or little girl that talked to us last time we were here, can you come out and talk to us again? Because I know you said your teddy bear's name. Milton's a very cute teddy bear name. Did you have any other animals or any stuffed animals or toys that you had a name for?
Two flipping out there.
Yeah, it is.
So after Milton, of course, what was your next favorite toy? Can you knock it over or move it so we know which toy it is?
So you told us your teddy bear's name. What's your name?
There's something over there.
I do too, back in the corner.
It might have just been house. Yeah, house noise. How old are you? There's a pretty cool glowing light out there that if you get close to it, it'll make different colors.
There we go.
Yeah, there we
Wow.
go.
Right, yeah.
That's what we wanted.
Whoa.
Look
Wow.
how quickly it moved too.
It's almost like a little
Like,
kid
like
running.
a kid, exactly.
Yep.
Oh wow, look, colors, you know.
Yep.
Can you knock over some of those toys?
That would have been awesome if we would have knocked over toys.
Well,
I know.
While it was real pretty.
I told you that was pretty cool, huh?
let's do it again.
Just make sure
It's a fun play toy.
it's on carpet so we wouldn't have heard it.
There's all kinds of toys down there for you to play with. We'd like to watch you play.
Can you show us where Milton is? Where's Milton?
Come out, where you are.
Ride the rocking horse.
Yeah, I was gonna say, move the rocking horse.
Yeah, that looks like fun.
I'll bet you Milton would like a ride. Our time here is about up. Really need to see something from you.
Whoa.
What?
You hear all that sound just came from downstairs?
No.
Like a bunch. That, yeah.
Who's down there? Make that sound again.
Hear that? I'm not. I'm standing right here. Hear that? Something's going on down there. outside. Oh, no way.
Yep, we were duped by the old swinging in the wind sign. Since our heart rates were extremely high from what we thought was paranormal activity, the group went downstairs to check if the high EMF from our last visit was still present.
How's that?
Go lower, because it was like 3. What?
Yeah.
What's going on?
This is the room where we had high EMF, basically from that wall to this wall.
This whole area is full of EMF.
Okay.
Why?
Yeah. It is like this whole inside of here.
Sources of that haven't had that much EMF. That takes a lot.
EMF was like off the charts.
And now it's not even.
Nothing.
There's nothing.
That's crazy.
Yeah, because it went all the way back into that other room back there. Right.
Yeah. Yeah, it went all, yeah. This is the entire area.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense, Kevin.
No.
You're the electronics dude.
Expert. That one there does not.
Is anybody down here with us?
In all, this was a great investigation. Both Building 500 and the Custer House provided us activity that we didn't get on our last visits. However, when this investigation was in the post-production phase, a deadly pandemic was spreading across the globe. Little did we know that in a matter of just a couple of weeks, life as we knew it was going to be turned upside down. This will be our last investigation for a while, so we can take care of ourselves and our families. When this is all over, Old School Paranormal will be back at it again. Until then, be safe, and God's blessings to you and yours.
Okay, so I cut off a little early, but we wanted to thank the men and women of the United States, the Army, and just for everything you guys do for us. We're honored to be able to work with Fort Riley to get these investigations going, and we hope we can come back and do some more. It was just a 2 or 3 short weeks after this investigation that the COVID-19 pandemic hit, and it's changed all of our lives for sure. And so we're just hoping we can all make it through this. And next time we do an investigation, we want to be at Riley's and doing it in front of 150, 200 people. So
the reveal.
The reveal, not the investigation. Thanks for clarifying that, sir, Scotty.
150 people with an investigation might be a little noisy.
That might be a little on the noisy side. Yeah,
I hear something.
So, but that's the investigation, and again, we will. And Nicole, thank you for loving our investigations. We love doing them. I think publicly we're going to say that we are taking the rest of 2020 off. We just don't want to risk anything at this point, so I think we'll just spend time with our families, our children, grandchildren, and just kind of.
But it doesn't mean we're not looking for places for 2021.
Correct. Yes, we are looking for 2021. So Darlene, to your point, yes, it kept us from being at Riley's, at the RCC there at Fort Riley, but it didn't stop us for getting this live reveal going.
Yep.
So
Learning some new technology along the way.
Right. That's right. If you have any questions before we go, feel free to put them on our chat in the little chat room there, or you can send us a message on our Facebook page. But we appreciate all of you. Oh, Scott, there was one more person that we neglected to mention.
Yeah, we wanted to give a shout out to Maggie too. Maggie with the Public Relations Office.
Maggie Ziffer.
She's been there from the very first one, and she's opened the door to a lot of these buildings. So I don't know if she's on tonight, but if she is, thank you, Maggie. We appreciate all your help as well.
Yeah, Maggie Ziffer.
Absolutely.
She rocks.
Yeah,
she does. So, there's so many, Darlene and
Laura
and Maggie.
Yeah, you guys.
There's
You
two
guys.
Maggies. We got two.
You guys
Maggies.
are the ones that have to jump through the hoops on our behalf. So
yes.
Yes.
And Rachel.
Yeah.
And there's so many people to think, and people to think that we've never even met. We've that helped make all this possible. So we appreciate all of you.
And make for sure watch the entire reveal video. And if this is your first time kind of hearing about this, started with our very first one from when we were there, and go through our reveals. Like Steve was saying, every single time we do this, even at the same locations, they're always different. So make for sure you kind of check that out, and check out our other investigations at locations. And if you have any places, you might be thinking about would be a good place for us to go, make sure you let us know. You can email us. You can send us messages through Facebook. There's all kinds of different ways to check us out. oldschoolparanormal.com is our website. So check that out.
Yep. There's a lot of ways to get a hold of us. So Scott and Neil over there on the west side of town, you guys have anything you want to add?
Go ahead, Neil.
I just wanted to say thank you again to Fort Riley and for everybody doing the legwork for us to get us in. And I just want to send out a big salute to all the men and women that are working for our country and serving our country. We greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say too. I was going to say thank you to all the men and women that are out there on our behalf, protecting our rights. We appreciate you. We respect you. We respect Fort Riley as obviously an establishment. So we appreciate all you guys do, and thank you for what you do. Appreciate your sacrifice.
All righty. Well, with that, I think we're going to wrap things up. So thank you very much, everybody. Darlene, thanks for working with us. I saw the picture you sent. I'll share that with Scott and Neil. It's humbling. Thank you.
It is. This is our first live.
It is. We got off to a rough start, but I think we've figured it out. I think
we're usually edited a little bit, so we don't see all our blunders.
That's right. Well, thank you, everybody. We appreciate it.
Yes, thank you.
We will try to make a copy of this live reveal available for review. And then again, watch the actual reveal from this particular investigation and our prior to. So again, thank you guys very much. You all have a safe night.
Yep, stay safe,
and God bless you. And we'll talk soon. Thank you.
All right, take care, everybody.
See y'all later.